Just like I was on radio today, and they were asking me about the California fires. That many preachers say is the judgment of God because there's too much sin in California. Who told you? There may be more sin in Uyo than California. How are you measuring sin? Is it because you have plenty money you think they are sinners? You know, poor people, anywhere they see rich people, they believe they are sinners. Who told you there's a lot of sin in California than it is in Nigeria? How are you measuring? Which barometer? Is it barometer? Which barometer? Or which thermometer? Or which stethoscope? Or which what other measuring thing do we have? Sinometer.
The same thing I was talking about with a colleague of mine. The lady was saying that God can look at this house that was not burnt, and a particular church too that was spared. That God decided to protect his own, and then he allowed the other ones who don't have regard for him, who don't fear him, to suffer in the wildfire. That's why it's good to fear God. So I was like, so this is God who protected his own and then decided to ignore the other ones, innocent children, lovely families. He ignored them, and then just to show them that since you guys have no regard for me, I will hear him. He said yes. I said, okay, the devil can also do the same thing too if he had the power. He will protect his own, and then what? Forget about those who don't have regard for him. Let's flip it. Imagine if it was a society of bad people with only one, of good people with only one evil person. So the devil can now protect that one evil person and forget the other good ones, just like God protected the good one and allowed the bad one to suffer. So what then is the difference between God and the devil? I thank God for a pastor like Abel Damina, who has been able to reveal the character and the true nature of God. I see Christians going around saying stuff. Thank God, thank God for being faithful. Thank God for showing that he is still there. I mean, is that how wicked this God is? Is that how heartless your God is? What kind of God do you serve? That he can just wake up and decide to allow people suffer, this is natural disaster. Anything can happen. Whatever factor that led to that house not being burnt, I don't know. But the God I serve, the one that I call my Father, will never behave like that. Where he allows people to suffer because they don't love him, because they don't care about him, then how then does he want to prove that he's a Father who loves unconditionally? When he says he loved us even while we were yet sinners, what did he mean? The Bible says he loves us. He loved us while we were yet sinners. What does that mean? If you will not allow their houses to get burnt, does that make him a loving Father? How about Christians? If you like, no get sense.
Which sinometer did you use to measure that California has too much sin? That's why fires are burning. It's simple carelessness, human carelessness. Simple human carelessness. Leadership failure. It's as easy as that. Every year there is California fires. It's not a new development. It is what happens every year because it's a desert area. Those of you that have been around deserts, I came from northern Nigeria, I understand deserts. In the north, there are places you go where when it is dry and the wind begins to blow, the grasses catch fire without matches.